I'm an idiot. I was going the exact wrong direction. So there is actually, yeah, we can find tracks in the environment. Okay, and they give me little holograms of people too. That's fascinating. But yeah, so this is how we're supposed to do this quest. Life is hard. Let's see, was there anything else I was planning on talking about? I don't know if I've talked about in this one, the people who made this, like, this is their first game in a long time. Guerrilla Games, I think it is, put this out. And, like, I think when I was reading the Wikipedia article, it was basically, like, they put out Killzone in, like, I don't know, 2004 or something like that. And then... Oh, there we go.
Must be where she saw the scrap.
Cool. I was wondering why I wasn't getting anything else. But yeah, and then there was just a long period of time, and then they made this, and obviously, like, there's some talented people behind this, but it's just weird to me that it's not, like, a more famous studio, you know? But yeah, this very much feels like it's taking inspiration from the Tomb Raider games, which I like those games, so I'm glad that it does. But there's a number of changes that I think are pretty good. A lot more RPG than I was expecting. And I think it's partially just because, like, between Monster Hunter and Dark Souls, I was expecting a lot more character action as opposed to, you know, actual meaningful choices. Well, I mean, maybe not meaningful, we'll see, but it is a good change. It's a good change.
Trail ends here. I'll better cross the river. Better check the other side.
I really like, I mean, like, it's arguably there's almost no interactivity in this quest. So it's very much just like, well, click the button, follow the purple, whatever, but I feel happier about this than I do about the similar mechanics in Monster Hunter. So I don't know. Maybe that's just bias. I mean, it probably is bias, but while I'm here, I should probably save at a campfire if I did find one. Because I have this unfortunate tendency to, you know, get my ass murdered. And other parts of me too, honestly. Oh, there we go. I see it. Yeah, the architecture is really cool, but, like, just the fact that there's so much infrastructure built up, like, a lot of, I think, like, these post-apocalyptic reclaimed world sort of things, like, they use very, here's this old world structure that was repurposed and built up, like, reinforced, but most of the old world structure still stands, and, like, I haven't seen any of that. All of this is, I don't want to say, like, you know, created from the ground up, but, like, more or less, you know? And I'm not sure the significance of that exiting gate mark there, but I think that's my boy.
There. Time to get that spear.
Yeah. God damn it. Alexa, please turn off my alarm. Okay, there's a few boys up there. This could be an issue. How good am I at this game? Okay, I don't think... Yeah, I'm not invisible here, but that's my boy, so... Okay, so the scrappers definitely, they have some sort of mechanism at the front that they're using in the earth. Wow, yeah, I'm not keen on walking into this. But somebody's, yeah, this boy over here, he's got some attention. I don't have anywhere to hide, which could be an issue. But I might just be able to lure him out with the geometry. Maybe? Yes! Get fucked. You know what? That feels good. That feels really good. Now the question is, can I actually get my specific... Oh no, I cannot get my specific boy. I have cracked open a cold one and drawn all the boys. My milkshake, my rock milkshake. I don't know where I'm going with that one. Maybe some... Oh, maybe I do get my specific boy. Yes. This is cool. I like this mechanic. Well, okay. Oh shit, I was trying to use the eye as a reticle. So the stealth, I guess for future reference, if you are unfamiliar with this game, the stealth indicator at the top is not where your arrows go. Oh shit, no, come back. Okay. Just like, please don't draw the others. I cannot deal with that today. Oh shit, this could be a problem. Oh, okay. And we got a fuck! Shit! Fuck! Okay, it's just a washer. I can do this. I can do this. I'm good at this. Yeah, we got this. We got this. I feel confident. Oh shit, we got more. We got more. I'm out. I'm leaving. Goodbye. Fuck. Okay, so if I want to heal, it actively stops my movement, which makes sense. But yeah, I'm out. I'm not fighting that. I have done my job, and I'm going back. I'm leaving. Cause, yeah, oof.
No one else around. Looks safe to meet.
Oh,
My guess
okay.
is he'll be waiting for me.
This must be... Right, this is the
There
traitor.
he is. Looks nervous.
I'm going to come back. Because I'm going to try and complete these one at a time, rather than getting distracted and bogged down, because I already have another potentially dead person to find. Okay, and I'm going to make some arrows. Cool. Because I'm out.
These will keep.
Yeah, this game feels good. It feels good. Like, the experience of playing it really jives with me. And I like, you know, stealth-based sort of things. Like, I mean, Skyrim is the obvious comparison I could make here. But Dishonored 2 kind of has that same, like, silent takedown sort of good feeling. I hope I'm headed to the right place. I am, yeah. Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and cut some of this. Well, we'll be back. Okay, we did like 60 seconds of sprinting and now we're back to our friends.
First you send a Rana back to me, and now you've got the spear.
Hell yeah, bro, I'm the
I
fucking
first
shit.
called out to you for help. I didn't even know if you'd speak to me. I'm glad you did.
Me too. I can't believe you got the spear back.
Your mother knew how to craft them. It's of exceptional make.
Don't give it to
I'll
me.
never be the crafter she was, but she did pass along
Good.
a few tricks. I'd be happy to take a look at your spear.
Thank you. It sounds like she was special. I'm sorry for your loss.
Well, because of you, I still have the spear to remember her by. You didn't have to help us, but you did. She would have admired that. Thank you, Aloy, for everything.
So, okay, when he says, I'm happy to look at your spear, it makes me think there's some sort of upgrade that he's now given us. I should probably look at these at some point and figure out what they actually do. Yeah, I'll do that later. But, so these I think are from the edition I have, because it's like ultimate, complete, whatever. But the blade has been sharpened for additional damage, that's what it is. So basically, yeah, give me that extra bonus. It's always really uncomfortable for me, where it's like, oh, here's this thing that's an heirloom from my family, why don't you have it? Like, bro, I just spent like 20 minutes getting this back for you, because this is your fucking wife's spear. Don't give it to me. So I'm glad that it didn't go that route. Also because, like, I kind of just like having regular weapons and not like super fancy unique ones, because I have emotional problems. I don't know. So at this point we have now completed that quest. We're gonna go ahead and try to get, yeah, the Forgotten, where, oh wow, okay, he's off in the distance. Okay, we'll deal with that off camera, but oh shit, what? What the hell? Where did you come from? Have I just not been paying attention? Statistically, yes. I am not the most observant person in the world. But yeah, so probably a lot of running, so we're going to go ahead and cut in once something interesting happens. I can edit videos now. That makes my life so much easier. Okay, so we're back. We've done some running down this little valley here, and we're about to run into, I think, just a watcher, maybe two. Should just be a watcher pack. So we'll see how badly this goes for me. I think I'm only on 2 deaths so far, so it's not the worst. I only see the 2, so we might be able to sneak past and we might not. Yeah, it's a big map, which is not bad, but it does mean that there's a decent chunk of running. But we can work with it. I can work with it, I don't know about you guys. But yeah, I'm loving this stealth gameplay though. It feels so good. And it's just like, it is my style of play. Where, there's the other one. I also like, and this is a stupid thing, but like, I do like how the rocks don't just disappear. Like, you just pick up the rock again. It means like, there's not really a whole reason to have like 10 of them. But there we go. Not as clean as I would have liked it to be, but, you know.
Blood, but no body. There's gotta be more to this.
Nope, that was the wrong button. There's not that much blood. When she said covered in blood, I kind of expected more. I mean, I'm not what is this? What the... They're like little effigies. And I'm not sure if he's like reenacting his murder of the other guy or what that is. But, man, that's fascinating.
Looks like a few drops of blood lead away from the camp.
Yeah, there's a part of me that thinks that, like, this isn't necessarily that he's injured, but more that, like, he harmed himself.
Whose knife is this?
Yeah. Definitely kind of feeling that vibe.
Someone attack Brom with it? Looks like more blood leading away from here.
Oh, nope, wrong button. Yeah, I'm really interested to see how this plays out. Obviously, a little bit concerned about, you know, how they're going to portray mental illness here.
Did someone bring the blood to the camp? The trail of blood ends here, but whoever left it must have also left tracks.
Yeah, so this guy's been in exile for 10 years, and this has just happened now, which makes me think that, like, either it's something he did as, you know, a means of continued punishment even though technically his punishment's over, or if it's somebody who wants him to not come back and is willing to, you know, use knife in order to get there. Is there somebody up there? No, there's not anybody up there. A little bit weird. I made a mistake. I wonder, can I straight up kill him with a shot? Hell yeah, I can. And that counts as a stealth kill. Fuck yeah. Oh, that's so good. Oh shit. Shit. Whew. That, I almost look competent there. Yeah, hell yeah. I have noticed, like, I'm picking up items that seem to be specifically for, selling. Yeah, I have unused weapon modifications. I'll deal with that later. That's something that, like, I'm not dealing with too much right now just because I don't think this is going to be nearly as bad as, like, Neo or Borderlands, but there's a tendency for games with this kind of, you know, crafting, modification, equipment stuff, like, sometimes you can spend more time dicking around with your modifications than you can actually playing the game, and I don't want to do that. Also because I haven't really run into, like, a major gear check in terms of damage. Like, I haven't been like, oh wow, I'm doing nothing to this thing. Like, usually it's just you hit the weak spot or you do nothing. But yeah, so far I'm pretty pleased with the combat. Okay, well that's where I want to be going, so I don't lose more progress. But yeah, like, there's so much going on in the world that I think is so fascinating. Like, I mean, just thinking about, you know, not to be like, oh wow, the developers decided to do this thing and that's cool, but like, given how aggressive the robots are, it makes sense that they have massive fortifications. It's just kind of like, that gate compared to everything else seems a little bit small, but on the whole, like, yeah, this seems like a really beautiful place to live, but like, holy shit, dude, if everything is this aggressive.
I wonder if the blood from the camp came from this boar.
Huh, okay.
If Brahm did this, why does he want people to think he's dead? And why desecrate the shrine?
I don't really know what to do with that information, honestly. Something sounds like an issue. That's a scrapper, I'm pretty sure. Am I a fool? There it is. Oh, wow. Yeah, that boy's right next to the... Alright, I'm gonna see if I can get a stealth on this guy. Because I don't think it's gonna kill him, but it might give me a damage boost. Come on, friend, come here. Get a little bit closer. Yeah, and I seem to have only drawn the one so far. So if I can get him to hop... Yeah, there we go. Hell yeah. Oh, it does instant kill! Oh, wow. Yeah, and like the scrapper hearts and stuff like that just seem to be vendor trash. I don't know if there's additional uses for them or if it's just vendor trash, but... Now, something I'm not sure about, and I'm going to try here, we'll see how badly this plays out for me, is whether or not, like, the stealth mechanic just doesn't apply if you get too close. Like, if I'm straight behind him and come up behind him, do I get, you know, automatically noticed because I'm visible, or do, you know, does cover just keep me from, like, I guess, like, is it a more nuanced stealth system than just are you visible within a certain... Can't tell what he's doing, but fuck him up.
Looks like he's a watcher. Whoever I'm following made short work of it.
Cool. So yeah, there's a certain thing you can draw from that, like, scrappers are, like, specific... Do you mind? I'm trying to talk about something here. Fuck off. Yeah, that's a little bit awkward. Oh, there we go. He stopped. Let's call it death throws and not a bug. But, yeah, it seems like scrappers are kind of more reclamation than anything else, which makes me wonder what striders actually do. Because, again, it looks like they're messing around with the earth, with the grass, but...
If it's Brahm, he definitely knows how to handle a spear.
I wonder if I'm gonna have to kill him. Or somebody else. Yeah, I should probably check the tracks here. There we go. What do we got? So we got one more watcher. Two more watchers. Yeah, it seems like the stealth system is pretty nuanced, all things considered, which I'm pleased about. Kind of feels like some games that have a stealth system really don't put a whole lot of work into it, and kind of feels like, you know, enemies don't realistically yeah, I don't know. I've lost that sentence. Okay, so we got more... I can't tell if that's blood there, but like... What the hell? Oh, he goes up. I'm a moron.
Someone loaded these supplies. Brahm was an outcast for a long time. Why take food and gear now?
Yeah, I forgot what I was talking about.
From the cache.
Oh.
Why would they take them and just throw them away?
Yeah, so that fast travel pack would allow me to basically warp to a campfire, and I think I have to be at a campfire in order to use it, but I'm not 100% sure.
I will. I'll kill myself. I'll kill myself before I hurt her.
Oh, cool. There he is. I see him. Huh. I can't.
I won't listen. Not until you promise.
There we go. Trying to figure out where I was supposed to go there. I don't know why it's slowing down.
My sister. My sister. I need to protect her.
Alright. There's a lot going on here.
I want an oath. Damn you.
Hey, my
Promise
dude.
me.
Please don't try to kill me.
I will. I'll kill myself. I'll kill myself before I hurt her. You're not a spirit. What do you want?
I want you to step away from the edge, Brahm.
No. Leave me alone. Can't you see I need time to think? How am I supposed to think when everybody is shouting at me?
This is a hard choice.
I'm not shouting. I know you're a good listener. So come listen to me, just as you would the others.
They say not to listen. But Alara always said, never ignore a speaker I can see. All right. I'll hear you out.
Yeah, the facial tattoo, or the...
Now tell me, what's troubling you?
Spirits of the forgotten. Souls cursed by the All-Mother. Their voices never let me be. They want me to do things. Hurt people. If I go back to the Nora, they might make me hurt Alara. And I I'll kill myself before I let that happen.
Do you have to listen to the spirits, Brom?
They're speaking to me right now. O is with me. They take care of me, keep me company, help me, except when they scream. Like when that hunter knocked me down. Crush his skull with the rock, they said. And I did.
Brom. You're alive.
Okay, she's just here.
Mother be praised. I'm sorry I followed you, but I had to make sure he was all right.
No. Please, sister, I can't protect you.
I need no protection from you, Brom.
Nothing good happens here.
How can you be certain? The voices he hears call for blood, even yours.
But surely he wouldn't hurt his own sister. I've taken care of him since I was 6.
I don't want to hurt you. But the Forgotten, their whispers, they fill my head with screams.
So I'm curious as to whether or not, like, the dialogue options matter. It seems like they do, but I'm not sure, like, when it gets the tripartite choice, haha, I use big words, whether choosing, like, a compassionate or an intellectual or anything like that, like, actively changes the outcome, or if it's just to rank up those points. I don't know. Probably it has, like, from what I've seen of the game so far, it really does seem like there's a lot of nuance in the dialogue system as opposed to, like, Mass Effect. So
Brom isn't ready to return to the Nora, but I don't think he'll hurt you, Alara.
There's a place where I can stay. A cave on All Mother Mountain. I suppose you could visit me there, so long as I'm strong.
You will be, Brom. I'll help you. Thank you, Aloy. I'll take care of him now. May you walk in All Mother's eternal memory, and may the Forgotten leave you be.
okay. Well, so I guess to unpack some of that, like, I'd have liked a little bit more information as to, like, why any of those things happen. And I don't know if that's, like, the dialogue choices I had, or if there's, you know, okay, yeah, we're good. Oh, shit. Alright, I'm graceful like the antelope, which I don't think there are any anymore. Okay, so I just wanted to record a little bit in post, because I'm actually editing videos now. Production value went up by like 1,000%. But for this quest, I've been thinking about it a lot, and there's a lot to talk about, I think. And like, I want to be clear, I don't think that this is necessarily a bad portrayal. I don't think that, like, they did a really shitty job and they really, like, you know, set back progress by years or something. It's just like, I want to talk about it because there are a series of, like, fears and expectations that I had going into it, like, I had, that were wrong, because, like, you see this as a trope so often. And so, like, I just kind of, I want to deal with that, because, like, we tend to associate, you know, mental illness, I mean, psychosis especially, like, words like psychotic and insane are what you apply to serial killers. But, like, they're not necessarily any more prone to violence, and they're often targeted with violence by others. And that includes especially domestic abuse by their caretakers. And there is a link. There are reasons to believe that mental illness is correlated with violence, but a lot of those studies show that it's untreated people or people who have been repeatedly victimized that lash out. So it's not just that they're mentally ill. There has to be something else going on in a lot of cases. And I mean, in this one specifically, there was systemic victimization. Like, the guy who ends up getting his head beat in with a rock was consistently victimizing this person with psychosis. I don't remember his name. Like, it wasn't just, oh, well, the voices told me to kill him, so I took a rock and I bashed his head in. It was, you know, there was a lot more going on, and I think that that's really important. I think that helps the portrayal, because when you hear about, oh, I have a brother who's touched in the head, and he ended up killing a dude because the voices told him to, like, if it's just out of the blue, it plays into that trope that is absolutely negative and not founded in reality. Um, and a quote that I pulled out from Violence and Mental Illness and Overview, and you can look all these things up if you want to, I did. But members of the public undoubtedly exaggerate both the strength of the relationship between major mental disorders and violence, as well as their own personal risk from the severely mentally ill. It is far more likely that people with a serious mental illness will be the victim of violence. And I just wanted to pull that out because, like, we tend to associate, or we tend to think of people who commit extreme violence as mentally ill. And we use that language to describe people, even if there's no reason to believe that there's some sort of, disorder or condition that they have. I mean, people refer to Trump as crazy and as insane, but he's not. He's just a person who does violence, who calls for violence and is perfectly fine with that. And that's not a mental illness. That's just being a shitty person. And I think that it's important to talk about these things, because when you think about, like, oh, somebody has voices that's telling them to kill, like, well, I mean, it doesn't mean that they're a bad person. And this is something that I personally have experience with, intrusive thoughts specifically, which are, I don't know the exact clinical definition. There's a lot of, it's not particularly clear, but it's a subset of OCD from what I was able to find. Basically, you have these negative thoughts about doing something that you don't want to do, or about, like, you need to prevent this. Like your personal responsibility or your actions that just evoke such a negative response from you. And they stick because there's such an emotional response. So it's not, you have, like, relatively mild intrusive thoughts that just don't go through your head very often, but, like, you keep on coming back to, I should take my car and go into the other lane, like, because it makes you feel terrible. And it's this idea, like, when I walked up and he was, like, on the edge of the cliff saying, like, I don't want to hurt my sister, I'd rather kill myself, like, I feel him. I've been there. I got the t-shirt. Like, I know what that's like. I know that feeling. And like, it really resonates with me. And it, like, I feel like the person who, or the team, whoever was involved with this quest, like, they didn't just, throw together some shit and be like, oh, here's somebody who killed somebody because their brain's wrong. Like, it does feel like there's a lot of nuance in there that just doesn't quite come through. Because again, like, with the experiences I've had, like, I was standing there going, like, okay, yeah, like, I get it. I've been there. But, like, even then, it's such a trope that I was afraid that things were going to go south very, very quickly. But, just to pull another quote in, intrusive thoughts appraised as being personally significant, threatening, or dangerous will elicit emotional reactions and discomfort and will therefore be difficult to control. Personal intrusive thoughts were indeed experienced as being emotionally invoking and uncomfortable. So kind of going back to, the worse the thought is, the more it's going to stick with you. And it doesn't mean that you want to do these things. In fact, most cases, you would rather do anything but. You would rather kill yourself than do it. But that's why it sticks with you. And so it's just, I think that it's easy to wallpaper over what's going on here. Just like, oh, he's crazy. That's what crazy people do. But, like, there's more nuance in there than I expected to have, honestly. And something else that I thought was, when this whole thing started, like, the reason why he was exiled was he beat a dude with a rock until he died. And, it's that thing of, like, that's not mental illness. That's not how that works. Again, like, if he just done that out of the blue, that'd be one thing. But, you know, it feels like I'm not going to justify it. Killing somebody is a bad thing to do. Most people agree on that. But, you know, my first thought is like, hey, how did it get this bad? Like, clearly this has been an ongoing issue. And, like, my first thought is not, oh, this mentally ill person killed somebody because the voices told him to. It's like, well, there was a long series of events where people just let this happen to this guy because there was something wrong with him. And then it finally boiled over and exploded. And, like, not something that I personally have experience with for this one, but, like, it's a lot more personal to think about. Like, I'm a white guy with a stereotypical temper. I can't imagine, like, being in that situation where somebody was consistently, like, physically attacking me. I don't think I would do as well, you know, as this guy did to put up for multiple instances. Like, I'd probably be throwing hands immediately. Um, so, you know, it's really, there's a lot going on. I know I've been saying that a lot, like, oh, it's complicated, but it's just, I think that when we talk about mental illness and we talk about, like, the schizophrenia and psychosis in specific, there's so much negative language, like, not just, oh, well, it's bad, but, like, we use that language for other things. And I don't want to, you know, I don't want to come across as saying, like, oh, well, this is, you know, you shouldn't use that language because it's a slur or hashtag problematic, but just, you know, I think it's important to think about the words that we say and think about how we mean them. Because, you know, when you constantly refer to, like, extremely negative things, like being a fascist dictator, as psychotic, you know, you're automatically associating that with people who don't have anything to do with that. Like, they, you know, when we Psycho with, you know, the horror movie itself, like, that we associate so heavily, like, murdering somebody is not a symptom of psychosis. Um, but to kind of give an example that's not related to mental illness, but just a personal thing, like, I realized a little while back that when I said the word bitch, it was not ever okay. You know, like, I swear a lot, and that's a regular part of my vocabulary, but, like, a lot of times it's very value neutral. You know, words like fuck and asshole, they have so much variability in how I'm using it. But I noticed that, like, when I called somebody a bitch, I was always upset, and it was always gendered. You know, it was either referring to a woman or somebody, you know, where their femininity was the aspect that we were talking about. Or not necessarily like that was in question, but just somebody who could be easily perceived as feminine. Talking circles around myself there, but, like, it wasn't like somebody, you know, responded and was like, "Wow, that's really fucked up, dude. Don't ever say that again." I just I read something by somebody who I have never met and will never meet, and has no, you know, they don't know anything about my situation, but, like, just reading what they'd written about, like, how it just hits different, especially from white guys, you know, to hear bitch with all the context loaded into it, but also just, like, how cruel it always is. There's always cruelty in that word. And maybe it's not in every, you know, subculture, but, like, where I come from, at least for myself, I noticed that as soon as somebody pointed out to me, like, yeah, there's never a point where I'm saying this playfully. There's never a point where this is okay. And so it was hard, and it is hard, and I still slip up, but, like, I put a lot of effort into trying to change that, not because, you know, oh, well, it's offensive towards women, but, like, because of the way that context and even the text of it is loaded, and how I was using it, and the way that I felt using it. Um, and so I talk a lot about critically analyzing media, and I spend a lot of time, like, thinking about the like thinking about the words that I say and thinking about the way that I think, and just, it's something I just wanted to throw in because, one, this is for me. Like, I'm not doing this for views. Like, I'm doing this because I want to, so y'all have to put up with it if you're watching. But also, like, I don't think we talk enough about, like, in specific, like, the way that we portray mental illness in, you know, in situations like this where it's a throwaway thing. It's very possible that something like this might come up and that this doesn't have to do with mental illness at all, and the Forgotten are actually like a technological thing where they're beaming instructions into his head from a radio transceiver. Who fucking knows? But like, it feels, on one hand, it feels so close to home because there's so much I recognize there, but it's also like, here's a guy who, you know, slaughtered a boar and cut its head off and put it on a shrine because he felt like it. And like, it's just, there's this weird dichotomy, and I wanted to put this in here to talk about. And I'll let you get back to past Kevin here in a second, but I just wanted to throw that in there as talking my way around this a little bit more to try and get my own head straight on this analysis, because I think it's, again, like, I don't think this is bad. I think it's very fascinating. It's one of those things that it felt wrong as I was going through it, and it still kind of feels wrong. And I feel like it could have been done better. But on the other hand, like I said, like, could have been done way worse. Like, I expected that situation to go towards violence, and honestly, like, the end result of he doesn't go back to a clan where he doesn't feel safe, he lives by himself and his sister comes up to see him, like, that's a good result, honestly. And like, again, like, I understand his fears, and I've been there, of like, being afraid of not being able to control yourself. And like, I think from a mental health standpoint, like, it's probably better for, like, the ending that happened is probably better for him. It's just, again, like, there's so much bound up in these concepts that I had to talk about it. So I did.
But yeah, like, what's up with the boar's head? What's up with the blood? What's up with the little effigies? What was going on? I don't know if, like, additional dialogue options would have given that information to me, but I kind of don't feel like it would. So, I don't know how to feel about that. It's a weird quest. Not the worst, but yeah, kind of weird. Kind of weird. I mean, for a side quest that took about, like, 5 minutes, maybe not include running, yeah, not a problem, but just feel weird about it. Oh, cool. Okay, so I don't actually have to even time my jumps for that. It just automatically does it. Sometimes that sucks, but honestly, I'm not great at platforming to begin with, so let's just not. And I have, once again, not been paying attention to my surroundings. Where am I going? Yeah, I would be fascinated to know the ecology of how these things work. Like, if things actively hunt striders or watchers, like, if the scrappers, because obviously they're doing something to the corpses of the robots, like, whether there's a, like, return point that they go to or anything like that. Like,
Here we go again.
I really hope that stuff like that gets elaborated on, because I would love to know more. That being said, though, I think, okay, yeah, okay, we're good. Yeah, I'm not sure that necessarily would get revealed to me. There's a part of me that just wants to, like, sprint into them and see if I can spook the striders, but I also feel like doing... I'm a dipshit. I'm like, yeah, I need to get through this area so I can get to the area with the striders. Okay, so what I should be doing here is attempting to kill a couple of striders and get the blaze canisters. If I can get the stealth kills, that'll probably be my best option, because I think that automatically gives me the component. Oh no. There we go. Come over here. See if I can get one of these watchers. Yeah, he's coming over.
Yeah, stealth sections can kind of drag sometimes if you're, you know, waiting on patrol routes and doing that. But with the addition of the rock, I think it's a good option just because it allows you to control a little bit their movement. And the stealth feels kind of forgiving. It doesn't feel like, oh, well, you got revealed and now you basically have to back off and reset. So I do appreciate that, because that always sucks. There does seem to be like a weird kind of line of sight thing, because I've had a couple of moments where like I've gotten a stealth kill on the other side of some bushes, and that seems to have affected whether or not, you know, they aggro. Okay, so the Watcher has now decided to fuck off, which is nice. Yeah, it makes me wonder if there's like a corpse discovery sort of thing. Okay. I think I just got made. I just got made. I really need to not be here. Come on, auto aim. Save me. Okay. I think that was the only two. That could have gone worse. That could have gone way worse. I do like the clear audio cues. That's a really nice, like, the sound design. I haven't been paying too much attention to, but like for being discovered and things like that, like it is good. I think that is that they've done a good job of that. What is that? Oh, that's a destroyed Watcher. Yeah, I want to know what's destroying these Watchers, because it seems to be just Watchers specifically. And I'm not sure again if that's... Yeah, I just got made again. Where? Where? Or maybe not. Maybe they just decided to play a musical sting to scare the shit out of me. But yeah, I'm not sure if that's like the tribals. Wow, there's so many destroyed Watchers. I'm not sure if it's the tribals killing them or if there's something else going on. Again, like, I'd love to know about the ecology of this. Oh, he's facing this way. This is a problem. Let's go the long way around. Now the question is, do I try for the rock play? Yeah, I'm gonna do that. Yeah, come check it out. Come check it out with your face. Nothing bad will happen to... Oh, shit. You know what? Whatever. Fine. We're going for it. Yeah. Because those boys don't feel like coming to play. Okay, well, somebody else feels like coming to play. Okay. Not a great shot. Yeah, sometimes the tracking seems to be really awkward. But it could be worse. So, now what? Have I completed that mission? Okay, yeah, so I have gotten all of those. I need to go talk to Karst for the Tripcaster, and then I need to make some arrows. So let's make some arrows. How do I do that? It would probably help to be under crafting. Okay. So yeah, looks like 3 blaze canisters for 10 arrows. That's a low... That's not a lot of... what's the word? Reward? Recovery? But yeah. That's kind of cool though. depending on the value and scarcity. So I'm going to go ahead and call it a breather here, and we'll pick back up, headed back towards Karst, and hopefully not drown. I still don't know if there's like an oxygen meter I have to worry about, but yeah. I'll see you guys in a few, which for me will be probably significantly longer than you.